Hey guys, this is ArtsyWisdom. My name is Diane. Thank you for coming by. Voice is getting better, little by little. Today I'm going to look into political items. I had promised I was going to look into the muskrat and see what he is actually going to accomplish. If he and Don the Con will live in the same universe, if they will be able to suck up the same oxygen in one room, which I don't think so. I think that's going to end. I'm going to look into that. And also, are they going to get their way in destroying Social Security and Medicare? I had read that that if tariffs and if Trump gets his way with these tax cuts and they dip into those trust funds that the Social Security's had for years and years, and they drain them or keep chipping away at them, we're going to have to, Social Security is going to have to take a big hit. And by 2031 or 2034, depending, there's not going to be a lot of money. People are going to have to, there's going to be huge, massive cuts. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm going to look into the cards. Also, why are these billionaires and millionaires giving to Trump, and why are they kowtowing to him and running to Mar-a-Lago? I think I know why, but I want to see what's changed. What's the issue exactly, and what's their purpose? And maybe it isn't so nefarious or greedy as we think it is, or maybe not. I don't know. And then predictions for December, January. I saw that darkness at the end of the December, and I saw that war room similar to January 6th. Not that January 6th will happen again, but there's something else happening with that staff, that group. There's a little secret situation going on. And did you see them all at the Army Navy game? Vance looked so uncomfortable. I saw that picture, a little video of them all in the suite with Mike Johnson and that Senator John, is it John Thune? I don't know. He was there, and Musk and Vance and Trump, and Vance looked like he was so uncomfortable. It looked like he was invited to, he was in a party he wasn't invited to. Like he was just standing in the corner looking around like, I don't know anybody and I don't know what to say. And that just looked really uncomfortable. Anyway, let's get started. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for those of you who are new to my channel for stopping by and seeing what's happening here. I see visions. I do astrology. I'm a hypnotherapist, but I also read tarot cards. I seem to channel a lot, and I get into remote viewing of people's perspective or what's happening. I do a lot of current events, political stuff, and sometimes shorts, spiritual, just in nature, angel readings and stuff like that. Today, I'm going to do Elon, Social Security, Medicare, and all that. I mentioned that early on. So talk about Elon Musk and his inability to, I feel like he is in this state where he's having to pivot. He's looking into how he's going to keep himself involved in this cabinet or in Trump's regime or his kingdom, and wanting to see how that's going to work out for him, because his goal, whether he says it or not, is to make more money. And he may say it's about making it more business friendly, but it's personal to him. He really has become more of an oligarch, and he wants to have control over a lot. And in fact, sadly, the government or the people in charge at this point, it's a democracy, but it seems to be the people in Washington are more and more charged than the people in the United States. They seem to be leaning towards corporate America. Corporate America has taken over the lobbyists, the Citizens United, that Supreme Court Act that allows all that dark money and those PACs to push their agendas has really eliminated any stable playing field, and it's horrible. And unless that changes, Sheldon Whitehouse again, I love him. He's very much, focused on that. Anyway, okay, Elon Musk. I see him when I get into his energy. He's kind of ADD. Well, not kind of, he is. But I feel like he is, when I saw him in the suite, he was in the back. I don't know if that was on purpose or he didn't really want to suite at the Army Navy game. He was in the back. I don't know if he just didn't want to be seen or if they didn't want him or he didn't care. But he feels like he's got an agenda, and it's very specific. And I feel him separate from Trump. I feel like he's there, but I feel him separate. And he has a channel or a path that he wants to take. And he's using Trump, obviously, to get what he wants. But it's I feel like there's a diversion at this point. It's the beginning of a diversion, maybe not the right path, fork in the road kind of thing. He is going over here, and Trump is staying here, and he's working with him, probably will in the future. But I feel like, I mean, there'll be more involved in the future. It's more about him really having no restraint on what he can do. He wants Trump to give him some sort of power, that he can make decisions. The problem is we have three branches in Congress and the Senate, and the courts all have a say in this. Certain things, obviously, there's certain things executive powers have, but let's see. I'm going to see. I'm sorry. I have to take tea, and if I cough too much, I apologize. I made some elderberry cough syrup, dried elderberry with cinnamon, clove, and ginger, and then you reduce it down, and then you add a bunch of honey to it. I'm not a fan of honey, but then I just put a teaspoon in some hot water with a cinnamon stick, and it helps soothe your throat. Those of you who are here often know I talk about desserts and stuff. Not recently. I feel like I'm making nut roll for the next day or two, probably later today and tomorrow. Nut roll, it's a family Christmas thing that we do. It's like a long skinny nut roll, and then you slice it up and we give it as gifts. We give whole nut rolls. It's good. It's a family friend, Mrs. Nixix. Anyway, distraction, squirrel. Elon Musk. Okay, yes. Okay. I already feel like he's annoyed with some stuff that Trump is telling him, or that they're giving him limits. Because I think going in, he was assuming that he was going to have free reign and he was going to do a bunch of things right away. So already I feel like he's irritated that he can't just jump in and do these certain things that he wanted to do. In the past, I've saw him with a long list, and he gave it to Trump. And at this point, I feel like there's a lot of people now feeding into this cabinet and the staff, and he feels like he's not completely free to do what he wants to do. He's there, and I know he's still working on things, but displacement. I felt like I needed to pull that top card. Displacement. I feel like it's a little chaotic. It's not a little, it's chaotic at Trump's in this new staffing. And Elon doesn't like it. He likes a little chaos. He gets off on that. And Trump loves chaos. He likes pitting people against each other. That comes from a childhood of dysfunction and alcoholism. That's one of the typical things ACA, adult children of alcoholics, have, which is another area of my knowledge base. And they like drama. It's not like, is more about what they're comfortable with. When things are quiet, it's boring and it feels uncomfortable. Trump needs chaos and he needs drama. So he will continue to pit people against each other. He's not going through any healing. So yeah, Elon Musk is starting to feel like he's not getting what he needs. It's getting too chaotic. Will he be able to work with Vivek Ramaswamy? Also not great. I feel like Musk is here, the Muskrat, and then they're not aligned. I feel like they're talking to each other. It's not like they're not doing things, but Musk really wants a lot of freedom. He really wants to call the shots every day in every way. And that Ramaswamy person is also very dominant. So again, you got all these dominant people, button heads, but Musk believes and has a great giant ego. And he feels like he doesn't need to qualify anything. Balance. They need balance. They're not getting balance. They are working it out. Community. No, there's a lot of chatting, a lot of people involved in this conversation. And Muskrat is he going to do anything different come January? Is anything going to change? How's that going to go? he's going to ask for a different path. He's going to ask for he wants a department, right? So they're going to create this new department of Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, I guess it's called, Doge, which of course rhymes with his Bitcoin. How convenient. How convenient. I've never looked at muskrat as a dessert or food because I think he's inedible. He feels more like a computer program. That's what I've always said in his head. He's very divided. His humanity is a small part. The rest is computer generated, I feel like. So I don't think he would be delicious or anyway. But yeah, they've already, this government efficiency department, they're working on that. Of course they are, but it's more, he's getting frustrated. There's a lot of moving parts. Will he stay? Will he stay with this goal? I think by early January, there's going to be some big blow up. And they're going to come to some agreement or arrangement, which he'll be satisfied with, but it feels separate. He'll be involved, but he'll have to do it in a different way than he had planned. Yeah. Will he destroy will it get really bad with efficiency, meaning stripping the government? He is going to propose a bunch of cuts, and the Republicans, it's just going to be a big, giant fight, a cluster F, if you say. He will bring all this stuff, and the Republicans, they're going to go through each thing, and that's going to be a fight, and there will be some cuts, though. I think eventually there will be some cuts, because they have to compensate for the tariffs and the tax cuts for the billionaires, who are right now giving us lots of money because of Biden, but they're going to replace those tax cuts again. Okay. Let's look at Social Security and Medicare, which is a scary thought. Logically, in my logical mind, I think that the Republican and the base, the MAGA base, they all need their Social Security. There's a lot of rural voters, a lot of people that need that Medicare and that Social Security. They voted for Trump. I don't know why they think they're going to get something better. They're not. But they have to have that pain. People need to experience pain sometimes. They don't learn unless it hurts. That's how that goes. So, unfortunately, they're going to hear the pain, feel the pain, see the pain, and go, what? Wait, huh? He said he was going to do this. Yeah, the other day he said, well, I can't really lower prices now. I thought I could, but it's too complicated. I can't lower grocery prices. Oh, guess what? You lied. You promised something you aren't going to give us. People just take him for his word, and I don't see it. They have super short memory. Super short memory. So frustrating. As Social Security. Okay, I am Social Security. I actually have a fat butt. I feel like I'm pretty lush back here. And with a big dress. And okay. I feel like the top part of me, this is a weird analogy or metaphor. I feel like top part of me is skinny, which is what they see. People get out money, but the bottom part is the funding, the funds that are in there. It's a trust fund, the trillions of dollars that are in there, and it's lush, it's fat, so it's there. I don't think they're going to get it. I don't see, as I look down the line in the future, I feel like my behind this fullness, this big, and I see myself in a big giant dress too, which is funny. Kind of cover up the booty that gets too big, but I feel like it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to lose that weight. It's going to stay there. A lot of fat, but in a good way. We need that. There's something right here, okay, so it's not going to get into the trust funds, but something about the Social Security that we see. Are they going to cut? Maybe they're going to stop the inflation or the cost of living increases. Something on the outside, something that is more doable now. Maybe they're going to raise the rate, age or something like that. Something like that. It's going to be, we're going to keep the money but it's going to be something that they're going to limit something right now. It's hard to explain. Like my waist is thin, which I'm relating to what's above, what's seen, what's now. And it is, they're going to reduce something for now. It's not going to be taking that money out of there anytime soon that I can tell. That's today. But I feel like it's going to be okay long term. But right now, I feel like they might make some cuts or raise the age or something like that. Isolation. And they're not going to be, it is not going to be popular. People are going to feel abandoned. People are going to feel really abandoned. Like I said, though. But in a way, here's freedom. In a way, it's good because people will see reality for what it is instead of this illusion, this dream. He said it's this, and smoke and mirrors, cloudy, blah, 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 you know. Okay, Medicare. All right, Medicare and Medicaid, that's a huge portion. Okay, if I'm Medicare, they are going to, I feel like definitely there's going to be some cuts in Medicare. What would those be? That's a huge portion of the budget. Education is one, and Medicare. What is it? It's going to try and take apart. I'm going to try and take apart Obamacare or ACA. Like down the road. Like, I think this is logical. Maybe this is logical mind. I feel like it's part of a bill that they will get in place where the Republicans will save money down the road so they can explain away or compensate for the tax cuts down the road, like in a year or 2 or 3, where they'll say, okay, it's going to stay the same right now, but in 3 years, there will be no pre-existing conditions or some other limitations are going to chip away at it. And that's going to compensate for some of these tax cuts for the billionaires, I think, and that's how they're going to get some Republicans on board to do this. And they're going to rationalize somehow that way. And that's Medicare. And that's so sad. All those people just live day to day, week to week. And all those people that survive on Medicare, elderly. Medicaid. Okay, all of a sudden I'm in the picturing in my mind of Reagan and him cutting costs and all the mental institutions, all the stuff that he did. That's what I'm seeing, like Reagan did in the 80s. It's going to be stripping of a lot of Medicaid. So the low-end poverty people, they're going to be, I do feel that. Medicare will be less, I don't know, it'll be down the road. But Medicaid for the very poor, and a lot of that goes to each state. They send money to each state to use as they want to. And I think they're going to do something with that. I'm sorry, people, that's what I see. But it's going to be chaos and a food fight until then. And it won't be till the middle of the year where they're going to propose this or... Why in the summer everybody's off, but it feels like the summertime. And I see Musk part of that. Medicare will be fine. Medicaid is where they're going to do some damage. All right, billionaires. What in the heck is going on with those millionaires and billionaires? Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. Elon Musk, obviously. Giving $1 million or $100 million, $1 million for this inauguration party. Going down there to kiss the ring, to suck his you know what. I mean, seriously. All right. Before, when I looked at Jeff Bezos and that whole thing with I've looked in his energy before. He's very protective. I feel like he's, okay, this is my stuff. He's got a line drawn, and he really is nervous about losing it. or them creating some sort of policy where he can't, or putting limitations or something on his business, like monopolizing or something. But Trump is so pro-business, so pro-billionaire. Why? Well, the money they give is like nothing. It's like a coin in a fountain. It's just like nothing. And like a coin in a fountain, I feel like it's a wish. Like they're throwing it in there going, well, maybe this will get me what I need or protect me. Protect us, protect the business. And I don't feel like they're not willing to pay their taxes. They do want to pay taxes. Most of these big billionaires. And in fact, they say, I think there was a long letter. I don't know if it was 4 years ago or when Trump was, they're saying that these people do want to pay their fair share. Billionaires are willing to do that for the greater good, and that they could pay taxes. I know that's the case. So they don't need to have less taxes. They would like it, but they don't need it. What needs to be less taxes is small business. Kamala Harris wanted to do that, but there you go. She's not in office now. She's still angry. Somebody commented about they didn't think she was angry, and I shouldn't say that. I'm like, that's what I got. So that's my opinion. That's my perception. Get into her energy. She's still angry about it, and it's almost like, I hope you guys know what you did because this is going to be terrible kind of thing. That's the attitude. But Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. Let me go to Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, now for him, Jeff Bezos is putting a line up. He wants to protect. Zuckerberg is like going like into the Trump world. He wants to enter it. So maybe it's AI products. He wants more freedom to do that. He doesn't want limitations. The bills, the media, the different ways that they're going to limit the companies for AI. I think he really wants to get his foot in the door and make sure that's clear what, not to put limitations. I think it's complicated technically. So I feel like he wants to talk to people. He wants to get in there and explain, get them to understand what AI does and how good it is and how we can keep it safe without putting heavy limitations on it. That's what I'm seeing. And I think he's got an AI company, part of that whole Meta. There's a lot of AI products. And Elon Musk, I think, is doing something similar. That's a huge area. AI is just like blowing up. It's a really a positive thing for many areas of life, for medical diagnoses and different things, but it also, because it's new and we're humans, and sometimes we're abused. If there's an opportunity, if there's a vacuum, abuse happens. Just saying. It's frustrating, but that's what that is. Okay, I'm going to lift some cards here. Mark Zuckerberg, what are you wanting? Insight. Okay. He's trying to, and this is right below, insight. He's trying to explain things just like I said, and he wants to influence them and say, this is what we need. Don't stress. It's not bad. It's not bad. Just don't worry about it. And he needs to get in there. And I think it's almost a competition between him and Musk. This came up too. Isn't that weird? Dominance. He wants to take over and bite his neck. Chew on him. Yeah, in preparation. So, yeah. So I think that's it. Jeff Bezos, he already has a monopoly with Amazon and all that in a lot of ways. Yeah. Jeff Bezos, I'm sure he's got his toes in lots of other things, but it's more about protection. He's putting a line. I feel like there's a wall, and he wants to make sure that he doesn't get more restrictions. Maybe in that his perspective, more restrictions. He wants to maintain and keep things as they are, and grow within boundaries. Is there any other billionaires? Well, there's lots of abusive people that wants it just money, money, money. Ones that go down there that are, I see a guy, one of those rich guys that, and don't get me wrong, I don't think rich people are all bad. I really don't. Money's fine. And I think the more we use it for good, it's great. So the more, if somebody's a good person and they have money and they donate it, great. There are people that do that. It's just, it gets so lopsided in our society and in the way our government works. It's money seems to be the driver instead of common good. Yeah, Trump is just sick. He's going to give anybody anything who pays him the transactions, Give me this and I give you that. Pay me this and I will do that. Whether it's unethical or moral, he just does. All right, let's look into this War Room January 6th. Well, it's not January 6th, but it's like that vibe. War Room people across the road. Proud Boys, some sort of, and it's not Proud Boys, it's more high-level discussions, staff, people, sneaky people, lawyers that are they're trying to eliminate the DOJ, legal stuff, trying to pick that apart, the FBI. I know Kash Patel, I did the thing on him last time. Is he even over there? He might even be part of those talks, actually. That's why his name came up. It's very sneaky, very dark. They want to take apart anything that will limit Trump. That's what's going on. That's why it's like the certification, they were planning how to interrupt that on January 6th last time. It's something like that, but it's focused more on Trump's legal issues or eliminating or dismissing cases, but also giving him more freedom in the executive branch, eliminating, finding loopholes. That's what they're doing, but in more direct, more straightforward way. Not good. Will they be successful? Yes, to some degree. They will. I see them sneaking and talking to senators, like whispering behind their back. Okay, we need to do this. You need to vote for this. You need to vote for that. I'm not going to get all of them, but there is a few, like 3. In my head, I saw 3 or 4, to vote for these opening up of powers for the executive branch, to take away this, to to move this over there, chip away. Shoot, so terrible. January. Sorry, I have a hair on my nose. All right, January. After that, Christmas or Hanukkah holiday, all the holidays, Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. Whether it's just staying home. Maybe you just like stay home and watch Hallmark movies and make donuts, whatever that is. It's all a blessing. So, after the holidays, the solstice, the shortest day of the year, we're just getting out of the full moon yesterday, I think, Gemini, or this morning. And Mercury goes direct today too. And so things should speed up a little bit. Fear. I just opened that to fear. Fear not. It's okay. But I do feel like I don't feel like there's going to be there will be action, but it's be behind the scenes. I don't feel like there's going to be giant announcements. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Let me think. Right before Christmas or right around Christmas, there's going to be some big announcement. 24th, 25th. If you happen to hear Abby snoring down there, they just had haircuts yesterday. They look cute. Yeah, I feel like maybe it's a holiday announcement. It's like a mixed bag. I feel like there's an announcement on social, whatever that truth, whenever Donnie the Con does, or it's something, and there's an announcement. Maybe even Biden announces something, some other announcement right around Christmas time, or the 24th, 25th, something like that. I feel like there's some sort of announcement, and people will adjust and digest that. Early January, ball's going to get rolling fast. Things are going to pick up pretty quick after January. Of course they are. Distance. Is anything going to happen? I see they're waiting. Things are waiting. We're waiting to decide. They're waiting. They're looking. There's so many options. There's so many people competing for Trump's attention right now. They're all moving and jockeying for position. There's a lot of that. January. I do see him taking the oath of office. I don't think the amount of people will be there like he wants, of course. Before, I've seen his staff dragging him across the finish line. In fact, when I saw him in that suite for the Army-Navy game, he did a lot of this. He juts his chin out a lot, which is his protection thing. I think it's a body language thing where you protect yourself when you stick your chin out. But he didn't look energetic. He did talk, and he did his hand thing like he does. He was talking to Mike Johnson and the other senator. Vance was behind him, just standing there looking like, I'm here, guys. Hey, look at me. Little kid's brother. I'm here. You guys want to get me involved? Trump, and the way he looked at him, he does not like him at all. Gosh. But his health, there's going to be, I see something the first or second week of January, another hiccup with his health, another awareness, another problem, issue. Maybe they they do some testing or something. It's something where they go, oh, okay. But I do see him getting to the inauguration. June 4th, January 4th. Why am I seeing June 4th, January 4th? Teamwork. Yeah, they're working on getting him there. This one is about, ushering off or shooing off the hawk who's trying to get to the nest, but they're arguing with him too. They're making him just, there's so many other powers, so many other people, strong-willed people that he's arguing with, even though I know he has the power. He's getting weaker physically in a slow, degrading way, and his mind isn't there. And they see that, and they're going to continue to, it's like the Lion King is here, and he's going down, and somebody's ready to jump on him. And he's a Leo rising. I think he's a Gemini, but he's Leo rising. Trump is. But I think that's it, guys. Hope that wasn't too long. I'll keep doing this. Ask questions, comments. Love it if you guys would subscribe, share if you like. Until next time, take care.